introductions for this first of 2 title fights tonight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Earned over 275 perfect scores. Available now, 72. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side off. Mark Goddard. And UFC welterweight champion in the blue corner. A freestyle fighter holding a professional record. 14 out of Dallas, Texas, by way of Oxley, Nigeria, presenting the Nigerian Nightmare champion, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of St. Undisputed UFC 1 Woodley.
Okay, gentlemen, you understand the rules you fight under. You listen to me all.
Woo! Woo! It all comes down to leaves Las Vegas, the undisputed UFC welterweight and new, and Kamaru Usman. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Keeping an eye on that big right hand. The single.
Straight to a guillotine attempt in Woodley.
Oh, he doesn't have
a tighter.
It's hard to see what he has under the chin. It looks like he doesn't have it at all anymore. He doesn't have his hands clasped together.
Not the chin, but it kind of burns the arm out when you just squeeze like that right leg off the floor and get it out from underneath so you can wall walk. Underneath the chin of Usman.
And Usman keeping pressure.
Woodley, it's on the mat. That's the one that matters to keep Woodley on the floor. And now that Woodley's got...
It's going to work, guys. Just stay busy, please.
With the highest takedown defense, 97.6% of any fighter in.
Nice knee to the body by Usman.
We'll go back and forth with Woodley.
Those are good knees to the...
Scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds to decide this UFC welterweight title.
Just off the line of sight for that right hand. He's always shifted. See how he takes his head to the
All-American wrestler and Big 12 champ at the University of Missouri. Usman.
Big right hand by Usman. Hold of Tyron and keeping Tyron up against the cage.
On this wrestling, you take away a little bit of the power from the right, and you kind of take away, create these early transitions.
It's good body work here by Usman. And keep this up for 5 rounds, like it did with Dos Anjos.
That's his game plan. So they're both kind of playing their game, to be honest. What Woodley's good at, he's good at touching. He's fought.
Again, more
goes to a knee tap, transitions, tries to switch to a double. Woodley does a good
drink of UFC, more natural, better sports drink. Grab one today at Sir.
Hey, get some water. Get some water. Forehead, go forward. Let's use some hand speed. Okay, and don't forget. Let's go.
Go, baby boy. Those combos, when you just let them go, don't look for one big.
For those with a fighting spirit. Covington, most popular guy in the building, Joe. The corner of Tyron Woodley. They want more volume, more forward motion here in round 2.
Yeah, Duke really wanted him to throw combinations. The thing about Usman, because the other thing that they were calling for was the leg kicks. The thing about Usman, it
might be the most conditioned welterweight on the roster, with respect, of course, to the champion.
Consistently working that body.
Yeah, he's closing the distance behind on the numbers and the octagon control. However, this is all one opportunity to land it. So it goes both ways. Usman's making the right.
It's a big shot.
Woodley retreats, then he thought about it.
Usman's just out-wrestling Woodley right now from beginning to end of this match.
Right eye.
Woodley's just flat. Looks like he's a little bit tighter with each movement. You can pay now or pay later.
When he fights the best of the best. We're finding out now.
He's been dominant every step of the way in his UFC career.
In the dominant we have ever seen anyone against Tyron in a fight.
The takedown defense, #1 in the UFC all time. That was only the 2nd time he's ever...
Well, is exactly what Woodley's coach has said. He's waiting too much. So he's always...
This is just a shockingly good performance by Kamaru Usman.
Of control time for the challenger.
Old school wrestling, they call...
Mark Goddard allowing...
Yeah, Tyron has got to do something. Every time he moves, he gets hit with shots.
I like to see flat on his back. It's not going to be pretty.
The thing is, every time he goes to move, it's controlling the offense in this position. Now Tyron's trying to sneak out his shins, to control Woodley's legs.
Tyron Woodley's mouth.
Yeah, this is hard without strikes.
I want Usman to get that elbow on the other side of his head, so he's keeping it straight. But if he lets his back flat, Usman there it is, right there. He gets out.
Where with it? Amazing round for the challenge.
Maybe a 10-8.
That is huge, right on the temple. The big shot of the fight. Usman moves into mount. Big ground and pound.
Let's wake up a little. Just do slow start to black, okay?
Yeah, your guard is up. You have an exposure for.
Third round of a possible 5 here. The incumbent Tyron Woodley.
Well, he's lost the race so far, but it's a marathon, so he's...
And his corner desperately wants him to move forward. Kamaru ducks under that. See Tyron go to that leg kick as well. There it is. He's got a thunderous leg. But again, Kamaru digging with that right hand of the body. Energy. He's so relentless with that. That is
with his back up against the fence.
The length of Usman, that the height is just a...
18 body strikes landed in that recent exchange. 82 all.
Again, just dig. This is going to sap the endurance from Tyron Woodley.
Mark Goddard.
You would see that Kamaru Usman has dished out so much more punishment so far. I mean, it's just a dominant performance for the challenger so far.
Complete.
Again.
Nice punching on the brakes. And now he's continuing to, and he's not throwing combinations. He's looking for one big knockout punch, and he's not piecing.
It seems like he's looking for openings that do not present themselves.
Staying offensive in order to set up the big punch. He's just looking for one.
Those body shots will start to take their toll if and when we get to those.
And they're not soft punches either. They're very hard. And he's hitting the same spot.
They're adding up. And he's okay with just squeezing, but I don't know if he...
Body strikes have landed for Usman. He's mixed in those shoulder strikes as well.
Just moving forward.
Farther towards the right hand of Woodley. He's not staying as far on the weak side. It's too much, I think. He needs to keep his foot moving like that.
But Usman back to the same spot.
He closes the distance too strong when Woodley changes levels. And as you said, Joe, Kamaru can do this.
Lynch hasn't had any successful moments in 3 rounds. It's incredible.
15 minutes in the can.
3-0.
You gonna let him back you up? Come on, man. We don't work too hard for this. Bite down on your mouthpiece and go forward. Get some water. On top with that right hand. Come up underneath with it. He's ducking that right hand. Come underneath with the uppercut.
Thomas is not mixing his words. He's letting Tyron know.
Much of that is easier said than done.
All of it.
Well, yeah, Woodley to me looks like he's just waiting too much. They're trying to wake him up. He hasn't woke up since the minute of the fight.
I think he was looking for...
There's the uppercut. He just wants the finish, just a guillotine, a submission, one big what I need, or I go to the decision. That's why Usman's getting so far ahead and
kept saying Tyron's not willing to run the race that I'm willing to run.
This is just huge for Usman. I mean, over 10 minutes is the difference maker when you're facing high-level champions. You got a fight damage being taken, and Woodley's not doing anything to get up, but the ref will probably shouldn't. But I mean, Woodley's just almost waiting.
I think you should have to earn a stand.
I agree.
I think you should have... Nice elbow from the top.
Usman goes for controlling the...
Nod to Greg Jones wrestling.
Well, he's kind of out.
To a dirty wrestling match. He turned it into a cheating wrestling match, and he didn't even have to end the dirty wrestling.
Now he's smashing him here with his shoulder. Look at that.
Bad to the judges, and he's down on the numbers, so I'm not sure if he can't count.
Less than 2 minutes now to go in this 4th round of a possible 5.
Turn around.
I mean,
what does that mean?
Well, Mark Goddard, he's seen them wrestle, and he thinks that's not fighting.
Elbow. Look at
He's hurt. Woodley's hurt, guys.
Woodley's in trouble here.
Fishing here. Woodley's trying to get his respect back, but he can't.
Woodley's showing the heart of a champion.
As he trying to get it together last 30 seconds. Energy. And he's kept an insane pace in this fight already.
Final 10 seconds of this 4th round.
Look at how Tyron's standing there with his legs locked.
4-0 Usman.
Look at him. He is wobbly and hurt.
You got to fucking fight now. Do you want to win this fight?
Eric Thomas and Drew Boyd in here.
Hey, when you were punching, knockout, so keep your sharp.
Kamaru Usman, 5 minutes or...
If Usman is just standing at the end of this round, in my opinion, I think it's 2 10-8 rounds. That last round was a 10-8 round.
Woodley definitely knows he's down on the numbers. He's not awake to me. Like he didn't want. If he does go for the single leg here, he's got to jump to the.
Usman doesn't appear fazed by Woodley's arm.
Big takedown for Kamaru Usman. Very much in danger of getting Von Flue choked here. As Kamaru Older into the neck of Tyron Woodley.
Right, that's fair.
He's got more of those than anybody.
Tyron Woodley has gotten all he could handle from Kamaru Usman. Amazing to think that Kamaru Usman did a green striker in 2012.
Crossed over very well, and we're seeing that in 7 years of MMA. That's what's interesting. It's like he's not really trying.
I just don't think he knows what to do.
No fighter prior in the UFC or Strikeforce had taken Woodley down.
I think the pace of Usman is just incredible too. I mean, the pace that he's been, the guard, from the up in the clinch, everywhere. Pretty much every minute.
Yeah.
I agree.
Welterweight title reign is going to come to an end at the hand.
There's no way the judges.
The rare fights you can absolutely call.
I agree.
Well, I was going to break through and eventually win a UFC title. He is 18 seconds away.
So he kind of just stayed stagnant through the whole fight, and Usman just stayed ahead. Always.
That's it. We got a new champ, folks.
Africa unite. Come over to congratulate the soon-to-be new UFC welterweight. To have her here for, no surprise to see the emotion.
We knew that he was a talent, a special talent, coming into this fight tonight.
It was a shutout.
This fight replay is brought to you.
Left elbow cuts Woodley, and that was the knees and the ground and pound from the mount position, complete control. Woodley landed a big knee, but Usman just came over the top with elbows, gentlemen.
Absolutely incredible. He will be 10-0 in the UFC to get that new championship belt, and what a moment between incredible. There's a new welterweight king. Is the action with Metro by T-Mobile. Get knockout coverage on a network that rivals.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go at 50-45 for the winner by unanimous undisputed welterweight champion of
Kamaru Usman. That was one. You were confident coming into this fight. Did you have?
How long you been telling them now on your show that Ken might not be the best striker in the world? I might not be the best pure wrestler in the world.
There's no question about that now. The question coming into this unbelievable dominant performance against a man who many people were saying.
Not Joe. Yeah, Joe. Your name is Joe Rogan. Hey, this is a champion that has came in. They love you. The next day they hate you. A lot of people hate on that man. But when you
coming into this fight, what was the game plan? Was there anything at all?
Champions, former world champions. There's so much knowledge in our room. And technician, you got Cammy Barzini. You got my jiu-jitsu. I knew I could do it. There's really no game plan. We come in here and we work. We do what we...
Disputed welterweight champion of the world. It was an honor calling you a fight.
I never dreamed that I would have a platform like this to be on this stage going. And here I am, baby. Here I am. Daddy did it.
It was an honor to call your fight. Thank you, sir. I'm here with Tyron Woodley, ladies and gentlemen.
Sometimes you have those fights in Octagon where you feel like it's a bad dream. You want to throw punches, but they won't leave takedowns. Great control. He was really heavy on top. So, hats off. Hopefully we can run this back. I had the title. This is my 5th title defense.
I'm sure we'll see you back again. Thank you for all the fights, and thank you for a great...
We're brought to you by EA Sports UFC 3. Play as over 200 of your favorite UFC athletes.